And we are live on another edition of the K and K Sports Show, May 6th, 2025. And whoa, what a difference a week makes, boys. I started off last week disgusted, pissed off. Not today. No way. There is nothing that's going to fire me up today. I am, by the way, it's only three of us today. Well, four of us with our great producer backstage, Graham. What is going on, Graham?
I am a bit disappointed for the Avalanche loss on Saturday, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
But I will say this, Graham. I think out of everybody, I think you loved the rant the most last week. I do. I think you loved me going absolutely berserk last week. I think you loved it the most.
I did, yeah.
Right, you did. You
I,
did.
I made I made YouTube clips.
Oh, it was awesome. When you did the Scoops one and you put Scoops in about the Eagles, Scoops was like, I don't even know what I'm talking about here. Scoops didn't even know, but that was awesome. But guys, what a week, what a difference a week makes. Hey, last night, well, let's take off. Let's first off, we get rid of Detroit. Carson Shear's now with us today. He's in a bowling league. Carson, we miss you. We love you. We miss you this week. We'll get back to you again. But we got rid of Detroit. And last night, I'm cursing for the first minutes. Jen, I'm telling Jen, I want everybody gone. And then that switch turn. Boom. And you know what? We're up 1-0. We're up 1-0. We got home court. So I'm excited, man. I am excited. I'm ready for this show. Mr. Rosen, how are you?
Good evening, guys. Good evening, Graham. I'm not doing well. I'm doing great. What self respecting Nick fan tonight or today is not having a fantastic day? What an unbelievable comeback. A comeback for the ages against the hated Boston Celtics in Boston. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better ending. And the fact that they came away with the win is just incredible. Nobody gave them a chance in the series, much less winning even a game. I have to say this. In my lifetime, I've seen a number of clutch players in sports. Of course, Michael Jordan, Mr. October, Reggie Jackson, Mr. November, Derek Jeter. But is there a guy more clutch, more there's nobody I want the ball in his hands
Nope.
more than Jalen Brunson. This guy is unbelievable. People were saying, I don't want to start. I know we got a big show. I don't want to, but I'll say this. People complained when the Knicks signed him to that contract. Oh, how could you give this guy that kind of money? You know what? This was the steal of the century, the contract of the century to get this guy. Because for whatever reason, the Mavs did not use this guy the way he should have been used. And the Knicks are using him like the most valuable player in this league. And just he's just incredible. One of the top five Knicks of all time in my eye. And I've seen the Knicks play for many, many years, but just an unbelievable, unbelievable player and a fantastic game last night.
And not even trying to be sarcastic, Paul. I mean, we lost. It was the best tampering charge we ever got, right? We lost a second round pick because of a tampering charge when we went courtside to go watch Brunson play that day. We don't care. Hey, that
No.
second round pick was well worth that one.
Second round picks are like seventh round picks in
Football.
NFL.
Right. Mr. Kirkpatrick, how are you tonight?
Of course, I'm doing well. I think I got out of Kurt's doghouse. He did a nice freezer show. Told him he's got to take Porzingis out of the freezer. We don't want to jinx him if he doesn't play tomorrow. If he doesn't play tomorrow, we don't want to jinx our Knicks.
He's
Let's see what
probable.
happens.
He's
Okay.
probable.
So then we keep him in the freezer. All right. But enough said with that. I mean, hey, did I hear correctly? Chris Carton on Breakfast Ball. 45 missed 3-pointers from the Celtics
Yeah.
yesterday. He
Yeah.
was throwing the ball at a brick
Yeah, I
wall
saw that, Kenny.
45 times today. So hats off to him. And you know what? I'm going to do it again. I did it on the draft show when this clown in the media said the Giants should take Shedeur Sanders no matter what at 3. and he went in the 5th round. And that's Mr. Colin Cowherd, who said that was the worst comeback, ever in the history of basketball. Don't take anything by it. The Knicks were lucky to win. Come on our show and explain your stuff. If anybody knows Colin Cowherd out there, send them an invite to the K&K Sports Show so I could tell them how I feel about him. Admit when you're wrong. Be a man. I admitted when I was wrong on many occasions. Be a man. Put your ego aside, because now you're starting to look stupid, Mr. Cowherd. And
I like this Kenny Kirkpatrick. This is the Kenny Kirkpatrick I like, because it's a
He has
fire. Kirkpatrick,
been a long
fired
time
up,
coming.
Fire in the belly.
Let's go. Let's go.
Get him over here. Scoops, that's Scoops' favorite guy. Let him write to Colin Cowherd. And you know what?
Right.
We'll have a little fun with Colin.
Graham's gonna try. There
you go, Graham. Thank you. Kurt, let's get some comments in, and then we'll get the show rolling. I see some of our friends are out there.
All right, there's our good friend Patrick, and I gave Patrick a little shout out during the freezer showing the Lion Coffee. Aloha, boys. How about Knicks and Nuggets in the finals?
Absolutely. There's Lion Coffee, everybody. 160-year anniversary this year. The Hawaiian Islands. Some of the best stuff on earth. Kurt saw the chocolate macadamia. I know Paul and we like the vanilla. I haven't had the chocolate yet. Definitely intrigued on trying that one, Patrick. The next time we get some coffee, I'd like, definitely request for the chocolate. I'm a big chocolate fan, so definitely would be interested in that. But thank you always for Patrick for taking care of us and being a part of our shows as well.
Mr. Murphy, was a great game last night, and they got Brunson for cheap. Yes, we did. Well, actually, we got Brunson for nothing. We just paid him. I mean, how could the Mavericks just lost them? Oh, my God. Let's not talk about that. But thank you, Dallas. Thank you. Jody Moncrief, how clutch was Aaron Gordon last night? Big time win. Big shot to stun OKC after another team that came back. And there's Jody saying, Kurt, F them picks. 100%. We'll say it again. Listen, I get on Bridges, Paul, right? I do.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
But I will say this.
He played like a champion yesterday, no question.
And you know what? Any one of those nobody in those 5 picks would do what he did last night. Like, because
absolutely not.
Kids don't even play our guys now. Like, so in that sense, now I can turn around later and say, instead of Bridges, I want somebody else. But I'm saying for those 5 picks, give me Bridges over those 5 picks any day of the week, because those picks aren't going to help you in a playoff series now. They're not. Eddie said, like to see Kurt and Colin go one-on-one. LOL. I'm going to be quiet. If Graham gets him, Kenny wants him. I'm going to sit back.
I do want him. Yeah. Telling us we need to get Shedeur Sanders. And then now this saying the Knicks, it's a joke that comeback yesterday. Come on.
Kenny, who's a bigger clown? Colin Cowherd or Mel Kiper?
Mel Kiper. I'll give it to Mel.
Well, what he said, Kenny,
I want to be nice to Colin. I'll give him a chance to come on the show. I don't want to give him name calling.
He kind of said, right, Kenny, it's not going to matter, is really what he said, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we'll see.
Yep. We'll see is right.
We'll see.
Mark saying hello over here in my end. Good evening,
What's
guys.
Up, Mark?
Let's go,
hey,
Knicks.
Mark.
What's up, Mark? All right, Kurt. Let's get the real show started now. We did our introductions.
All right, here we go. I got 2 quick hitters. I got some quick hitters. 2-part. We're gonna go back. I can't think of it. We're gonna circle back. Remember, somebody used to say that we're gonna circle back. Remember that, Mr. Rosen? We're gonna circle back. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna circle back real quick. Right now, Dodgers in the field to win the World Series. Paul.
The field.
Kenny.
Going the field, and the team playing the Yankees is one that I like a lot. The Padres.
All right. We're gonna go part 2, Paul. Give me the Dodgers and the New York teams or the field. Dodgers, Yankees, Mets. I'm gonna answer this one first. I'm gonna take Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, because I still think the American League is bad, really bad. So I'm still gonna put the Yankees in the World Series, and I don't think they're a great team. And I'm telling you, the Dodgers and Mets are the 2 best teams in the National League. So I'm taking the Dodgers or the local teams over the field. Are you?
Yes, I would.
Kenny.
Yes, because the Yankees will do something at the deadline to get an advantage over the American League teams. Yes.
Okay. Question 2, Paul. Give me a Giant coach, New York Football Giant coach. It has to be from the 70s or late. I'm sorry, 70s or later, like recent. 70s are the most you could go back. He could be alive or passed away. Give me a coach. It can't be Parcells. It can't be Coughlin that you would want to coach the Giants today again.
Jim Fossil.
Kenny.
It's a good one. I'm going to go your guy, Kurt, coached in Broncos. I'm going to go Dan Reeves.
Okay.
Give him a few years to coach, give him, he didn't have a good, team over here when he coached, but give me Dan Reeves.
Okay. Kenny, same question for you with the Yankees. Okay. You can't say Joe Torre, and you can go as back to, I'll give you the 70s. Kenny, give me a manager you would take today to manage the team.
There's a lot to pick from, but I gotta go Billy Martin.
Okay.
I think today he would not have that conflict with the old man. I don't think he would be allowed to manage his team the way he wanted to. So give me Billy.
Paul, same question for you. You can go to the 70s, and obviously you cannot take Davy Johnson.
Yeah. I love Buck Showalter. I just thought the guy was just like a walking baseball encyclopedia. I would hire him back in a second.
Okay. Kenny, Greek Freak will play for who next year?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Watch out. West. San Antonio Spurs are coming.
Paul.
The Boston Celtics.
There's one team that scares me. Do you guys know who I'm going to go with? That I don't want him to go there.
Miami Heat.
Because they said Riley's going to be in a bad mood after this.
I almost said the Heat, Kurt.
That's going to scare me.
Our friend Glenn Ashley in Melbourne, Australia, saying hello, and he's going honest to Miami. He is a Miami Heat fan, but we'll allow that because he's from Australia and he's a Bronco fan. So we'll allow. He's definitely. We were chatting a little bit yesterday. He's definitely You see,
Paul. You see, Paul. You see? No, we're not allowing that shit. No,
right.
Not me.
Nick Show.
Not me.
Nick Show.
Not me. I'm not allowing him going there.
And let me elaborate. If the Knicks upset Boston, then they will definitely look to make changes.
Fan. He wished us. He didn't wish me. He said good game yesterday. We were chatting about the game. I said he's a Miami Heat fan.
I thought you said you're going to you want Greek Freak to go there for him.
No, I didn't say that.
No.
Okay. You got me wired up on that.
No, I don't want Greek Freak in Miami. I said Glenn said that. Glenn said Greek Freak to Miami.
Oh, okay. Jody's saying, Paul, who was the clown that wore the fake mustache? She's talking Bobby Valentine.
Bobby Valentine.
Yeah.
Who was actually a very, very good manager.
Manny DeLima. Good evening, fellas. Let's
Manny.
go Knicks, coming from a Bulls fan. There we go, man.
Whoa.
What do you got to say about that, Kurt?
What do I got to say? Nothing, because I'm getting it. I'm not telling him, let's go Bulls. That's not happening.
Right. Well,
that's not happening.
He probably feels sorry for us because they beat us up in the eight.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. No. I had one more for you, and I forgot what it was now. Ugh. Hold on. Time out. I just changed my mind. You got to give me 1 second.
Eddie Murphy saying, Paul, Boston is making changes no matter win or lose.
Yeah.
Oh, I know which one it is.
I agree.
Are you guys a fan of the watch parties? Like last night, because of the weather with the rain, they filled up Madison Square Garden, like the lower level sold out. $10 a ticket. You watch the game on the Jumbotron. I told you I did that in 1994. Or they'll do outside where they just have tons of people. Paul, you a fan of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, especially on the road, you want to be with friends, you want to be with fellow Knick fans or any team for that matter, because they do it all the time now. I remember last year in the playoffs, they had Citi Field open when the Mets were playing the Brewers.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, it's fantastic.
And there's Graham saying the streets over near the Jets ring are filled every home game in the playoffs. Kenny, what's your thoughts on it?
Yes, and I'm surprised you and Jen haven't gone. You went to a game, but the watch party's got to be crazy as well. And I'll just throw this out there: if I don't want to say get ahead of myself. If the Knicks can get to the finals, why don't we have a watch party? Why don't we all go to the watch party at Madison Square Garden?
$10. I'll tell you, listen, tickets are
That
hard.
would be
$10. They're hard to get though.
Yeah.
Very,
Let's see if we can make
very
it
hard
happen.
to get.
But
yeah,
10 comments from. Oh yeah, no, go ahead, Kurt. Sorry.
I got one more.
Okay, let me get Glenn's comments from the earlier ones real quick.
Okay.
Miami has the cap space. He's saying young players to satisfy the Bucks. He agrees with you, Paul. Buck Showalter for the Yankees too. He's saying both Mets and Yankees.
Yeah.
And Mark loves it. And Glenn's also saying about the Yankees, they had the chance to get Bruce Bochy, and not getting him was a mistake in his opinion.
All right. Last one. Yesterday, breaking news. NFL draft 2027 will be in Kenny's backyard in Washington, D.C. They actually showed the picture of like what it's going to look like with the White House and all that stuff. And it looks awesome. If you guys could pick, I mean, I'm going to be a homer and Graham's probably going to be with me. If you could pick a 2028 location where you think it would be great, Graham, how great would it be in Denver? What do you think?
Absolutely.
I just don't know if it could happen, but they didn't put in for 27, but that would be my choice, homer wise. Kenny, give me a location.
Give me New Jersey. Give me Giants, Jets. Our backyard. But it's gonna be in my backyard in 27. So I'm inviting everybody to have a big draft party. With us down here. I'll be a great host. I got 2 years to plan it. So let's see what happens in 2027. Let's make it happen, everybody.
Paul.
Yeah, I may not sound original, but Kenny's right. That would be fantastic. I mean, it would be crazy to have especially having all those people come into the New York area. That would be unbelievable. Fantastic.
All right. There's our good friend, Ernie Mays. Go Broncos country. Only go Bo Nix for 6. Go Nuggets.
Wow.
And he's saying
it'd be great to see a Nuggets Knicks final, but the Nuggets was my pick in the West to start with. We're going to get some predictions in a minute, Ernie, on basketball, but watch out for the Nuggets, guys.
Those are my quick hitters.
Awesome.
Very
job,
good.
Kurt. Awesome
good job, Kurt.
You guys want to do NHL or NBA predictions first? We're going to get both of these sports predictions round 2s in. You guys pick which one.
NHL?
Yeah.
All right, let's do NHL first. So we're in round 2. Graham, for those who don't know, Graham, big Avalanche fan. Graham does a lot of writing from Mile High Stickin'. Graham, if you want to put that website in the comments there, there it is, milehighstickin.com. Graham just wrote a nice article on Sidney Crosby rumors once again escalating. So go check out Graham's writing over there. He does a great job, and give him your thoughts, and maybe stuff you'd want to see. I know we got a lot of Rocky Mountain area, Colorado fans. So definitely go check out Graham over there.
Kenny, real quick, can I answer Jody's question?
Oh yeah, we missed that one. Yep.
He's asking me, was Jersey crazy for the Super Bowl? It was kind of like a weird situation because they kind of did like they merged it like Jersey, New York, right? The game was in Jersey, but most of all the other stuff was in New York. Like me and Briggs went to, what is it? Was it Times Square? I forgot wherever they had the stuff. I mean, it was so cold. First off, it was just insanely cold. Paul, I got to show you. I got on Channel 5.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did get on Fox, but it was great. Like they had, like all the activities and stuff. But but it was like they shared it, and then really the game the game day was Jersey, but pretty much everything else was held in New York. And it's the funniest thing because Paul, you would get a kick out of this. DMAC, who I always listen to, they got sent for media day and they put him in Newark on a ship. So, in Newark, D-Mac is saying, "What is this place? It's garbage. It's trash." And he's just like destroying Newark, like,
Oh, that's
going
funny.
crazy with the stuff. And I mean, not for nothing, like they put him on like this little ship. It was like like they should have did it like in a better location over there. Like the way
Yeah.
they had him. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it was planned really good. I really don't.
Yeah. Real quick, Glenn's saying if he can fly that far, because he is in Australia, 2027, he will be there at the draft as well. So let's go. We're going to make it happen. We're going to have a big watch party, get to meet and hang out with everybody. Let's make it happen in 2027. But round 2, we'll start with the East. Kurt, got you on the big screen, so I might as well go to you first. Got the Maple Leafs and the Panthers. This is the only series that started yesterday. Leafs are up 1-0. Can the Panthers come back and take this series, and do you think they will?
I'm still going to take the Panthers. It's just with Toronto, like just things always go wrong. I can see it. I could see up 2-0 and then they blow. I'm going to take Florida.
Yeah. Paul, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going with Florida also. They're just a solid team. One game is not going to mean that much. And I have a Canadian team winning the cup, but it's not going to be Toronto.
Yeah, and they got the goalie Bobrovsky, right? Man, he is something else when it comes to the playoffs. And I got to sweep the board here with the 3 going Florida over Toronto. They just seem to choke in the playoffs. So the other East ones down my neck of the woods, Alexander Ovechkin, round 2. A little closer to the final Stanley Cup Finals, but they're going up against Carolina, Paul, a tough team.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I think the Ovechkin magic is still going to work, and I like them in this series. Carolina is a tough team, but I think they're going to win this series against the Hurricanes.
Great. And Kurt, you, and then I'll read Graham's Toronto picks.
I'm sorry.
What's the second there?
No, I gave you. You said Florida. What'd you want? I'm sorry. What'd you get? You want Carolina? Who are you asking me again?
Yeah, Carolina and Washington.
I know you're high on Washington. I'm going to go Carolina. I'm going to go Carolina.
And just saw an unfortunate text from Carson. It looks like he
Yep.
had a little car accident today. He's got a little whiplash. So thoughts and prayers with you, Carson.
Yep. Yeah, really.
Sorry you had to do that. Sorry you had to go through that, my friend. And
wow.
Get well soon. We'll be in touch after the show and see how you're doing. I'm going Capitals. Ovechkin. Graham's said about Toronto could win, but it's best of 7, so one win doesn't matter. And Capital update, because they are on now. They're up 1-0 on the Hurricanes. So let's go Washington. And then we'll go to the West. Winnipeg, Dallas, Kurt. Man, Graham told me and sent me some stuff. Winnipeg struggling against St. Louis. Number 1 seed Winnipeg. They go to a game 7, Kurt. And what happens? They're down and they score. You told me 2 minutes as well. You told me 2 minutes. They scored 2 goals, but the second one was with 1.6 seconds left on the clock. They go and win in double overtime. Now they get a tough team in Dallas, Kurt. Which way you heading here? Winnipeg or Dallas?
Listen, well, first off, Dallas, Graham, the Avalanche cost me money. The Avalanche cost me my pride with my picks because I had the Avalanche winning it. But I'm going to go Winnipeg. I think this is where I always believe when you win a championship, it's like that. You just need that luck sometimes to win a championship, and you don't you shouldn't have won and you won. And now everyone's going to be like, oh, Winnipeg's not that good, whatever. I'm going to go Winnipeg.
Paul.
When we picked our Stanley Cup winners a couple of weeks ago, I had Winnipeg winning as the first Canadian team in 30 years, Graham, or something like that. And hey, scoring a goal at 1.6 isn't Mookie Wilson's ball going through Bill Buckner's legs, but close enough. So I'm going with Winnipeg.
I don't know why Abbott and Costello's on the top corner. Does anybody know?
No.
No.
might try and remove that real quick. Okay. Don't know why that was weird. That's from our New York show. Don't know how that
Right.
I'm going to go Dallas here. Winnipeg struggled against the Blues. Now, again, the Knicks struggled against the Pistons, but the Winnipeg doesn't seem like they had a good season, but I could see Dallas taking this experience in the playoffs. I can see Dallas going far here and maybe winning it in like 5. That's how much I like the Stars in this series.
Wow.
Graham's saying Hellbuck, Hellbuick. I don't know how to pronounce that one, Graham. Hellbuck isn't the same goalie in the playoffs.
Hellebuck.
Dallas. Hellebuck. Okay. Isn't the same goalie in the playoffs. Dallas wins. And there's Ernie reminding us less than an hour to Denver Bronco Roundup. I will be on that show tonight. Check us out over there. Hellebuck, it's Graham saying. And we got one more. Edmonton Oilers, a team I like, wearing the blue and orange. How can you not like the blue and orange? Connor McDavid, I think he's one of the best players in the NHL. And they were in the finals last year, but they get the Vegas Knights, Paul. It's going to be a tough series.
Yeah.
Which way you heading here?
I'm going with the Oilers. I think they definitely have a better team with the best player. So I'm going to take Edmonton.
Like it. Kurt.
I'm going to go Vegas. I just think that it's a hard place to play come playoff time. Give me Vegas. I know Edmonton's probably got the one. I mean, maybe the best player left now, right? No McKinnon. I mean, he's got to be up there. But I'm going to go Vegas.
I'm with Paul. Edmonton was my Stanley Cup final with Washington, so I'm alive in round 2. I'm going to go Edmonton, but this is going to be the Winnipeg St. Louis series. This one's going to go 7. Edmonton gets a game 7, and Connor McDavid stars come through in the big games, and he's a star in my opinion. So I think give me them in a 7-game series. Anything else NHL? All right, we're going to pass it. We're going to go right into NBA, and we got some predictions for NBA. Kurt, I'll start with you. Pacers are enemy, crybaby Carlisle. I'm not, you do it best, but we'll hold off on that. We don't want to do it yet. But they're up 1-0 on the Cavs. They took game 1. Hats off to them. They took game 1. But who's going to win this series, Kurt?
Well, I'm going to, again, and I was talking to Jen tonight about this, and this is where, Paul, do I hate the Pacers?
Yes.
But listen, the Knicks come first. If it's Knicks Pacers, we got home court. So you know what? Let's go. Let's go, Pacers. I'm picking them. And I think they're going to win because I will say that they are very hard to beat in Indiana. Very hard to beat. And I mean, I think they're up like whatever. They're having injuries though, Cleveland. And I never trusted Cleveland. I have never, the Jared Allen, the Mobley. I don't trust them. And again, I'm rooting because if we get by Boston, hey, give me home court. And you know what? There's not a team I want to face more than the Indiana Pacers because you're not playing the Knicks from last year when 9 guys were injured. You'll play us real. So I'm going to go with the Pacers.
I'm going to go with the Pacers too, Paul, as I want to see Kurt do a freezer show with the crybaby the whole time.
You know who's going in that. You know who's
crybaby Carlisle will be classic. No, I actually think they match up well with the Cavaliers, and just rooting for them this series because we can get home court. It's such an advantage in a series. So let's go Pacers. Paul.
Yeah, I'm going to sweep it. Pacers. Kurt nailed it. The fact that Cleveland has some really serious injuries, and they've played obviously a fantastic season, but it comes down now to crunch time. I mean, they're down 1-0. Of course, it's only 1 game, but with all their injuries, they're going to have to come back. As Kurt said, Pacers at home are very difficult to win there. So I'm going to agree with you guys and go with the Pacers.
Patrick doesn't like the Stars, by the way, in hockey, in nice words. Ernie's got a prediction for the Nuggets. He's going 5. We'll get ours in a second. And Jody's got a question in a second, Kurt. We'll get to that. But So sweep with the Pacers. We got to do it for the show. We don't have Carson with us. He's the one non-Nick fan, but for the audience and everybody else there, put your predictions in. Knicks Celtics. I'll just be really quick. I went on Kurt did a freezer show. Go check it out. I had the Knicks in 6. I had the Knicks winning game 1. Let's go. Let's make it happen. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to jinx anything. But if we can get tomorrow 2-0 coming in to the Garden, watch out. So Knicks in 6. Let's make it happen. Let's get to the East Coast Finals, Eastern Conference Finals. Paul.
You know, after they beat the Pistons, we said, why not the Knicks? Why can't they beat this team? Not to take anything away from the Celtics. They have obviously a very, very good team. But, you know, there's something about this Knicks team. It showed last night. They didn't give up. They didn't, bury their heads. They just took it to them. Granted, someone could say, well, you know, the Celtics aren't going to miss 45 three-point shots. But the fact of the matter is the Knicks are healthy now. They can match up well against the Celtics, and I think they can beat them. I really do. And I'll say Knicks in 6 as well.
Carson's tuning in. Carson, man, hope you're feeling better. We saw
Yeah.
the pictures.
Boy.
Thoughts and prayers with you, man.
Yeah. Be well.
Sucks to, get well, man. He's saying, "What's up, boys? Go Knicks." He bowled a 300. He got me excited, but then
Me
he said
too. Me too.
It's like I want a 300, and he did it
Wow.
in 2 games. But yeah, man, definitely. We'll be in touch after the show, man. And our thoughts and prayers are with you, man. Stay safe over there. Sorry to hear that again. So Carson saying, let's go Knicks. We're all on the Knicks. Kurt, your thoughts on the Knicks?
Yeah, listen, I said this to you the other night, and again, no disrespect to the Celtics, because I'm not. They're the champs, but just look at the teams. They're not they're not the Jordan Bulls. They're not the Spurs with Ginobili and those guys. They're not the Warriors with KD. It's I've never had that feeling of, oh my God, we got to go play the. I mean, let them shoot 63s. Let them. Like Paul said, look, our matchup, right? Like even like yesterday, all I saw and I heard was, oh my God, like their bench compared to our bench. I mean, all right, Peyton Pritchard's the 6-man word, but Sam Hauser, like I'm going to be afraid of these guys. Like seriously, like no disrespect, but I mean, come on. Like even like Al Horford, he's 38 years old. I mean, Porzingis is always like, let's go. Give me Knicks in 6. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I will say this. Go watch Kurt's freezer show. He put somebody in the freezer yesterday who had 0 points, and that was Mr. Porzingis.
But let's go. Listen.
It worked.
And here's the biggest thing, Paul, and agree with me or disagree. And I've always been a firm believer, and I love that Leon Rose did this. He built the team to play this team. That's what he built this team for. I'm going to be honest. He didn't build it to play a team like the Pistons. He didn't. And when you look at it, the Pistons was a bad matchup. Yes, we're better. The Knicks are, but just the physical toughness that the Pistons did, like it made us tougher. It made us have to do that. And you know what? Like that's why it was like but this matchup, think about, Tatum and Brown. I mean, that's why you got Bridges and Anunoby, right? I mean, again, and we're not you can't look and be like they're gonna hold them to 8 points. That's not realistic. They shoot the ball so much, they're gonna have points. But how? What was Tatum yesterday? 5 for 17.
Horrible.
Look at what those guys do. So again, Leon Rose did everything for this team to go play the Celtics. So let's go. Listen, I am not afraid. Tomorrow night, I'm a little worried because I've always said when you are down 0-1 and you are the home team and you lose game 1, like tonight, like they're up 20, the Cavs over the pit. It's just you're playing for your season. So, but let's go. Give me Knicks in 6.
Yeah. We're going to go up a little bit here. Eddie Murphy comment earlier. I'm a Kenny Atkinson guy. Sucks what KD KD did to him, but I'm rooting for him. Coach of the Year announced yesterday. Congratulations, Kenny Atkinson. Good regular season. Got to see it in the playoffs now. But you said they're up big today, so let's see. Let's see you in the playoffs. Jody, question for you, Kurt. I'll give this one to you. Is Cat an upgrade over Randall?
100%. I just look against Atlanta. What was it, 3 years ago? Horrendous in the playoffs. Look, 2 years ago in Miami, when basically they were like, go ahead. We're double and triple and teaming Brunson. Go ahead, Randall. Clank, clank, clank. Cat's had more in a week. He's been better in the postseason than Randall. So 100%, yes, Cat upgrade over Randall.
Yeah, I agree. And Paul, you agree too, right?
Who among us said I wanted the Knicks to trade him 3 years ago? That's my answer.
Fair enough. Let's move on to the West, fellas. Got a couple games out in the West. Jody's Nuggets. He's out there in Colorado land. Big Nugget fan. Ernie had Nuggets in 5. Another Nugget fan. I believe Patrick might be as well. Took game 1 in Oklahoma, Kurt. Can they take the series? Will they take the series?
I'm going to go, yes. I picked them. I think Jokic, again, best player in the NBA. I think he's still a major mismatch, even though with our boy Hartenstein over there. And there's something about the inexperience, right? Like, you have to fail. I've always said this in the NBA. You have to fail before you win, right? I mean, even look at the Celtics, right? Like they were talking about today. How many failure? This team, they lost. Like you have to go through it. You just don't walk on paper and I'm going to walk to the finals. It doesn't work like that. So I'm going to take the Nuggets. I think it's going to be a long series, but I'm going to go Nuggets.
I'm with Kurt, Paul. I like the Nuggets. I picked them to go to the finals. I think the firing of Malone is in the past now. I think they're starting to gel a little bit with their new coach. Nice buzzer beater yesterday. I'm going to take them as well. Paul, you sweeping it or are you going with the Thunder?
I picked the Thunder to get to the finals. Kurt just made a good point about the experience. But let me just say this. If the Thunder's coach, and I forgot his name off my top of my head, if he coaches the way that he did in game 1, especially the end of the game, they're going to wind up getting swept by the Nuggets. I mean, you're going to foul, okay, and let them go to the line, but you got to let them take some time off the clock. You can't foul them as soon as they inbound the ball and no time runs off the clock. And that's what cost them, basically. So I still like them. It's a long series. They have the home court advantage, but I'm going to go with the Thunder.
Can I just throw one more thing out me and Hoops talked about during dinner? And again, it's a look ahead. But Paul, can I just give you one more quick little tidbit?
Yeah.
If our New York Knicks happen to get to an NBA final, besides OKC, we have home court versus Denver, home court versus Minnesota, home court versus Golden State. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Things are puzzling a nice little way.
Yeah.
A nice little way.
That's the point.
And if like you said,
OKC.
If we beat the Celtics and the Pacers win, we'd have home field or home court throughout the whole. Yeah. Good point.
Jody's saying the Nuggets 3-2 in the season series over the Thunder. So this is going to be a good series, I think. And the last one, Paul, I'll go to you first on the last one. Golden State Warriors. Man, Steph Curry got by the Houston Rockets. Jimmy Butler comes over at the trade deadline. Can they get by the Timberwolves is the question.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about they had good experience last year, but it's a different team. And as using Kurt's example of having experience, is there a more experienced team in the playoffs than the Warriors? So give me the Warriors probably in 6 or 7.
Kurt.
I'm going to go opposite on this one. I think what shocked me a little was how Golden State couldn't put Houston away in that game 6. And in game 7, you guys got to go watch on YouTube. I don't know how much money Charles Barkley lost, but he had a ton of money on Houston and he was just ripping Houston, saying if they don't dunk the ball, they can't score. He's saying they can't, there's no way in the world that they better go get scorers. But I don't know. I something about Minnesota, where again, we mentioned Randall, but Randall's really not your obviously Randall's not your number one option there with Anthony Edwards there. I think you got Naz Reid, you got our boy DiVincenzo, you got Rudy down low. I mean, then you still have Randall to make some. I'm taking Minnesota, man. What they did to the Lakers, I'm not shocked that they beat the Lakers, but how they beat the Lakers, I'm taking Minnesota.
Clank, clank, clank. I'm going Warriors. You sold me on Randall, Kurt. I liked him when he was in Nick, but you said clank, clank, clank. So I got to go to Warriors because swish. All you're going to hear is net, net, net with Steph Curry. That's going to be the difference.
Wait, you forgot something, Kenny.
Yeah.
Pounding the ball for about 15 seconds, holding on, and then clanking it.
Glenn,
Used to drive me crazy.
Some of his comments. I apologize, Glenn. I had a
who's boy? Let's go back. Kenny was in love with Julius Randle.
Yes, I was.
In love with Julius Randle.
And I'm saying Wolves are going to learn from last year. Warriors need more time. He likes the Wolves with you, Kurt. Paul and I are going Warriors. So that's going to be a good series to watch and see who comes out on top. But there was some NBA predictions. Anything else on the series? I know Paul's got a question for us regarding basketball, so I'll pass it off to him.
All right. Thanks, Kenny.
Clayton's saying hello, by the way, guys. Sorry.
Stop playing.
Hey, Clayton. So Evan Roberts on The Fan the other day made this comment. Essentially, if the Knicks upset the Celtics, that would be a bigger upset than when the Giants beat the Patriots in Super Bowl 42. Do you agree or disagree? Kenny, I'll go to you first.
100% disagree. You had an undefeated Patriot team that nobody thought would lose to anyone, but the Giants just snuck into the playoffs that year and had to go on the road and beat numerous teams on the road. They were the big underdog in that game. The Knicks aren't a huge underdog. There's stars on this team. The Knicks, Knicks are getting overlooked by a lot of people here. And Kurt and I said it, and you said it too, Paul. This team, the Knicks, they got nothing to lose now. Now it's all on the pressure's all on the Celtics, but bigger upset for sure, 100%. A team going for an undefeated season like the Miami Dolphins and the Giants as a wild card team upsets them. That's by far leaps and bounds the bigger upset. Totally disagree.
Real quick, Eddie's saying he's going to stay on Kenny's stream because I don't read comments. Eddie said, Kurt, I wanted the Yankees to build them like the Knicks were built, but to beat the Dodgers since the AL is so weak. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that, again, the AL is very weak. So, listen, I don't think the Yankees are a great team, but I still think they're going to get there. Paul, real quick, is the MVP on the line? I guess he's talking about SGA and Jokic.
Yeah, I think they picked them prior to the playoffs. Like I know in baseball they do that.
Who would you pick, Paul? Who would you pick?
Boy, I mean, we talked about this a few weeks ago. I mean, Joker is only the third person ever to average a triple-double. I mean, I know Thunder is amazing. They had a fantastic year. Boy, if I was voting, I would vote Joker, but I'm sure, it won't go to him this year.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. Then Eddie's saying he'll beat Houston. Jody's saying Knicks have no one to guard Jokic. Eddie's saying 17-14 New England, 18-1 awesome game. Patrick saying see you guys real soon. He's got to run. And our good friend Albert Knoppers is saying howdy.
Hey, Dutchie. All right, I'll go next. I absolutely disagree. Obviously, I mean, they were calling the Patriots the greatest team of all time. You had the greatest coach coaching them. You had the greatest quarterback quarterbacking them. Yeah, the Celtics are a good team. They're the defending champions, but no one is putting this Celtics team in the Bulls, the Warriors. No one is putting them in that level of greatness. So, yeah. And another thing, that was the Super Bowl. This is only the second round of the playoffs. Not to minimize it only being the second round, but again, that was the ultimate game. Plus, the Giants were coming in on a hot streak, and they got hot at the right time, where the Patriots were undefeated. No one, like Kenny said, no one was beating them at all. And in all honesty, the Knicks are a good team. I mean, they won over 50 games this year. That's nothing to sneeze at. So you're not comparing a team that just squeaked into the playoffs compared to a team that you knew was going to be in the playoffs, third rated in the East for this season. So there's no way that that's a bigger upset. I'm sorry.
Greatest
Kurt?
cheers of all time, the New England Patriots from Ernie.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
thought?
I couldn't disagree more either. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Like, I like the Giants. And again, I was rooting for the Giants in that game. But I like that matchup. I've always believed in it. And I'm serious. Like, listen, Giants were better running the ball and Giants had a better defense. And the defense is, the defensive line being able with Strahan and Tuck and those guys just being able to go get him is what did it. But nobody picked the Giants. Nobody,
No.
Seriously, nobody did. And
I did.
the magnitude of the magnitude of the game, the Super Bowl, the undefeatedness, and just like Paul said, like, again, Celtics are good, but I'm going to be honest, like, I'm not going to be shocked if the Knicks beat this team. I'm not.
No.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Me neither.
So I'll say I disagree with him too.
Okay.
Anything else, Paul?
No, that was it.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Kenny.
Eddie was just saying Knicks are a way better matchup for the Celtics than the Giants were versus the Patriots. I got a couple NFL ones to wrap it up tonight, guys. First one's going to be in place of Carson not being here. I'm going to run Carson's corner. So for Carson's corner tonight, there's still some free agents on the board here. And I got 6 of them listed. So I'll go back and forth to you guys to speed the process up a little bit. Just tell me where the best fit would be for these guys. I'll start with Kurt. I'll give you J.K. Dobbins, Kurt.
I mean, listen, I would take him, right? I mean, we need a running back.
Good fit.
You know what?
You could say Broncos.
I'm going to say, give me Dallas.
Dallas. Okay.
Give me Dallas.
I'm going to stay on I like that. I like that. Dallas definitely can use another back for them. They got a couple that I don't know if Miles Sanders is going to make the team. Javonte Williams, he's starting it. Not
right. How healthy is he?
How healthy is he going to be? Exactly. Speaking of healthy, Paul, Nick Chubb is still available.
Yeah.
What team you think would Graham's going Minnesota for J.K. Dobbins?
I think he's going to re-sign with Cleveland. I think that he'll go back to Cleveland.
I would love to see Nick Chubb go to your Broncos, Kurt.
Me too.
And I think that would be a fit, incentive-friendly deal. Dobbins to the Broncos for Ernie. I like Nick Chubb to the Broncos. I could see it though as well, re-signing with the Browns. Maybe the Steelers come in play too. You never know over there.
Kenny, would you take Dobbins or Chubb for Denver?
Chubb, an incentive-friendly deal.
Me too.
Going to give you guys each a receiver. I'm going to give Kurt Keenan Allen.
Again, another guy I would take with 100%. I would take him. But if I'm not going to take him, I'm going to go Seattle.
Okay, load up some weapons over there.
Yeah,
Graham's going Jets.
Seattle.
Jets for Keenan Allen. And Paul, I'm going to give you Amari Cooper.
How about a reunion with the Cowboys? The Cowboys really didn't do anything.
I heard that yesterday, Paul.
Did you?
Yeah, and both he likes the idea and they like the idea. So I heard that.
Yeah,
yesterday.
I mean, they really didn't do anything in the draft with receivers. So, why not?
Definitely makes sense. Roy Osborne saying hello. What's up, Roy?
Hey,
Saying
Roy.
hi. Been real busy. Hope all is well out there with you, Roy.
What's up, Roy?
he met Oil Can Boyd. He sent me a picture of the Oil Can Boyd he's met about a week ago. And he doesn't trust Estime, Kurt. and Eddie Murphy saying, speaking of running backs, do Giants cut Singletary, Paul, or do they keep him?
How much did
Just
they
to
make?
have a veteran presence, I think they'll keep him. Just to have him around as that backup in case, let's face it, Tracy is still a young guy. Cam is going to be obviously a rookie, so I'll still keep him around.
Yeah, I think he's making like around 5 or 6, Kurt.
Hey, you know what though? That's cash casualty money though. I mean, you know what I mean? You could find a cheaper back maybe.
If you find a cheaper veteran, because you got 2 young guys. Our good friend Michael Ronquillo saying hi,
Michael.
Kurt, Kenny, and Paul. Got a little
Hey,
Denver
Michael.
Bronco roundup. Special K&K tonight because our Knicks are on Wednesday night, Michael. So we're doing a little Tuesday night show this week. But Denver Bronco roundup roughly about 30 minutes from now. We got a couple more for you guys. 2 more. I'm going to give C.J. Mosley right back to Paul.
I like him with the Giants. I mean, the depth of the Giants are not that good. I mean, obviously, Okereke and Michael McFadden, but a guy like that you bring in, he's been with good team. Well, he was with the Jets, but obviously with Baltimore. But he's a veteran leadership type of guy. You bring him and add to the defense that they're building. Wow, that could be a top 10, top 5 defense. You bring a guy like that in.
Yeah, I like that. I would welcome CJ Mosley. I know for the Broncos too, CJ Mosley would be a welcome addition. Kurt, you get the last one. And until this guy signs, you're going to be the only one that answers for this guy. Mr. Aaron Rodgers, Kurt, where is he going to go?
I mean, I'm going to say it to you one more time. Do you guys remember who I said 2 years ago and last year? Do you guys remember?
Yeah.
Nope. NFC team.
NFC team.
NFC team.
Oh, I know, Paul. I'll give you about 10 seconds to try and get it, Paul, because Michael's saying thoughts on Aaron Gordon game winner against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Michael, that was amazing. I saw that. I was doing the draft show. I had it on next to me on my phone. And congratulations to the Nuggets and Knicks. First time, guys, teams over 9-point underdogs won on the same night in the playoffs. So
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I know where he wants to go. Where? Kurt, 49ers.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Think about it. Hey, listen, you don't pay overrated Brock Purdy $60 million. You got a better quarterback with Rodgers over Purdy anyway. He's back home, and then you could just load up. I'm doing it. And you know what?
Yeah.
Trade him to like Pittsburgh. Trade Brock Purdy like to Pittsburgh. I'm doing that tomorrow.
Kurt, real quick, I answered Michael real quick, but give him your quick thoughts on Aaron Gordon's game winner.
Yeah, listen, I mean, hey, didn't they say now he hit like, what did he hit like 6 game winners or something like they were saying? Something crazy. But listen, that's a huge win. Again, very hard to win in that building in Denver, right? It's going to be very hard for, we talked about inexperienced young. You get one there. Now now it's 3-1. I mean, listen, OKC again playing for their lives, just like Boston and Cleveland. But again, when you got Jokic, and you got Murray and Gordon does his things, I still like them to come out of the West. I do.
I'm looking at the time. We're on 55 minutes. We started a couple minutes late. I got one more topic for everybody, but real quick, is Aaron Gordon was he lost at birth and he's the twin brother of Aaron Judge? Do they not look alike, these two? I mean,
separated at birth.
Separated at birth. Can they get away with being each other for an April Fool's Day joke? I mean, seriously.
That's funny.
But no, real quick, we got one more segment. We could do this one quick too with everybody. It's Graham's sports flavor of the week. Progression, regression. I'll do it the same way I just did the last segment. I'll give you guys a team post-draft, heading into training camp, do you think they're going to have a progression this year, regression, or stay the same, basically? And I'll go to Kurt first. I know his answer on this one, but chat and everybody else doesn't. The Washington Commanders, Kurt.
Regression. Again, I wasn't high in them last year. They won a lot of close games, like Hail Marys at the end and stuff like that. Their defense is absolutely atrocious. And I don't know. I'm not a fan. Daniels had a nice rookie year, but I think they catch up to him a little bit. And I just think the defense is really bad, and you're not going to win games like that. So I'm going to say they regress.
I like that answer. Graham thinks they're going to be better. Ernie's saying regression, and play along, audience, and I'll read them out. I'm a lot of fans here in DC area where I live, Maryland. They did not like that they didn't address much in the defense, and they're not happy. They think they're going to win or lose games in the 30s this year. And like you just said, Kurt, so that can mean a slight regression. And I like that answer from you. Paul, I'm going to stick in the NFC with you. I'm going to give you the Minnesota Vikings.
I think they're going to have a regression. I mean, as well as they played last year with a veteran surprise quarterback, Sam Darnold. I mean, now you're starting J.J. McCarthy. I don't care how good he was. He's coming off a knee injury. And I know they've improved their offensive line and their defense, but you never know what you're going to get. Basically, he's a rookie quarterback. So I'm going to say they're going to regress this year.
I like that answer. Kurt, I don't want to give and I'll go back to Paul and give him your team, but I'm going to give you the New York Giants. Now, when I say progression, 4-13 really isn't progression, Kurt. So let's not. So 3-14 last year. They're going to stay. Regress would be pretty bad. Progression would be good, or do they stay the same? The New York Giants.
I mean, I think they're going to have a better record just because I think their defense is really good. And again, I'm a fan of Russell Wilson, so I'm going to say they're going to definitely win more games. The problem is their schedule is just absolutely insane. So,
brutal.
Again, they will be better, but what's better to save his job? They were saying, again, I heard this 2 weeks ago on a show, Paul. I don't know if they were saying it's never happened, or they were saying who is the last coach to have three consecutive 10 or more lost seasons that kept his job. If they win 7 games, is that progression? Yeah. Is he going to keep his job though? I think here's how I'm going to answer that. Progression has to be, you have to beat the Cowboys at least once. Paul, agree with that or not? They haven't beat the Cowboys or the Eagles. I'm not going to say you have to beat the Eagles because I don't think that's unfair.
That's fair.
But I think you have to beat the Cowboys once and the Commanders once. Yes or no, Paul?
Oh, I think you have to beat the Cowboys once and the Commanders twice. I don't think that they should lose to the Commanders. If the defense on Washington is that bad, I can't see them not beating them or have an opportunity, especially with Russ at quarterback. So, I agree.
Do you guys, let me ask you this. Kenny, I'll go to you first real quick. Do you want to go with a full-blown commitment because you guys got a nice defense. Do you want to go with a full-blown commitment of we are now a defensive first team? I don't care if we win 17-14. Hey, that's what we're going to run it. We're going to play defense and we're going to let our defense win games. Kenny, are you 100% fully committed to doing that?
Yes.
Paul.
Bring back the old school mentality. Defense wins championships. Yes.
Paul.
Listen, I want wins. I don't care if they're 3-0 when the kicker kicks, whoever's kicking for the Giants this year, kicks a field goal and wins it 3-0. I just want to see some wins finally.
Yep.
So, yes.
By the way, some news Justin Tucker released by the Ravens. Let's see what happens with those accusations. If he gets cleared, let's see who signs Mr. Justin Tucker. If he gets
but you know what? He struggled last year, Kenny, and I know he was going through a lot, but he was struggling,
Yeah, let's see what happens. But I got a couple more and we'll wrap it up. Michael's saying progression and Graham saying progression. Trevor, a good friend, the Denver
up,
Bronco
Trevor?
Roundup,
Hey,
my
Trevor.
co-host over there. What's up, boys? Great to see you all, and I hope all is well. Likewise to you, my friend. Paul, let's give you the San Francisco 49ers.
Progression. They hit rock bottom last year. Just a whole bunch of perfect storm of issues that happened. They lost some close games, and then there were injuries and what have you. But I think they've got to improve. I mean, they certainly have lost a lot of great players off their roster from last year. But I think that they have too much talent not to get better from last year. So I'm going to say progression.
Let's do two more. I'll give Kurt an interesting one. The Cleveland Browns, Kurt.
I'm gonna go progression. Again, I think, and I'm laughing, but I think it's going to be Shador Sanders. I really do. I think it's going to be Shador Sanders. I think their defense is still pretty damn good, right? You have Jerry Jeudy there. I'm gonna again, lost a lot of like stupid close games last year. They're gonna be better.
Ernie's got some fun names for. I always laugh on the side when I see Ernie's comments. Regression for the 49ers. Michael's going regression for the Browns. I think the Browns. If it's the 49ers, Michael, just say the team. But regression might be for the Browns, could be for the 49ers. I like that, Kurt. It's going to be interesting to see there, but it may take some time to Dylan Gabriel, was picked before him. He's going to get the first chance, I think, in regression. Okay. Paul, I gave Kurt the Giants. I got to respectfully give you the Broncos.
I think
you get the Broncos.
They've improved their team, especially the defense. They signed some really good free agents. Greenlaw. I think they're going to be probably about the same, maybe slightly progression. But that being said, Kurt, that your division is probably the toughest division in football. No question about it. So as good as you guys were, man, the Chargers and especially the Raiders have improved. And hey, anytime there's still Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, you know where they're going to be. So it's going to be a tough division, but I think they're still going to be pretty good.
I'm going to answer this two ways because I know we got some Bronco fans. Kurt's obviously the Bronco fan. If your rookie running back can gel quickly with Peyton's offense, nice progression. If it takes him a couple weeks, I agree with Paul. You're going to be about the same, maybe still a slight progression because now you got year 2 Bo Nix, which should be better. But RJ Harvey's key to this offense, in my opinion. You agree, Kurt?
Yeah. I mean, again, we had, and it's what makes me so excited about Bo Nix. I mean, honestly, we probably had, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, you guys had a terrible year last year. You guys had better weapons than we did. I mean, we didn't have Malik Nabers.
Yeah.
We were seriously, like, we probably had, I would say, top worst 3 or 4 worst weapons in the NFL last year. I mean, we had no tight ends, no running backs. Seriously, Cortland Sutton. I mean, so that's what's exciting. Like, give me Evan Engram, give me, Harvey in the back. Like, yeah. So, but yeah, I agree with you, Kenny. I think it has to be a lot better because it was bad. People talk about, well, why Sean Payton didn't run the ball, and I agree. But I mean, when you're running the ball and like the offensive line, Paul, how many times like I'm watching the game last year and you're like, oh my God, look at the hole, gain of 3.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
should have been gain of 8 without being touched. Like, we didn't have good skill guys. That's
Right.
got to change.
Hey, Kurt, what do they still feel about Estime? I was really high on him when you guys drafted him.
You know what? I think Peyton is very high on him. I was stunned that he didn't play in the playoff game, but listen, he had a couple of fumbles early on in the season, and listen, I would love, and I think they would love for it to be Estime and Harvey as their two guys. So
Yeah.
I think they're going to get, I think he's going to get at least one more legit like year as, hey, we invested in you, we believe in you. But I think like if he don't do it this year, Paul, what's going to change? Like with running backs, you very rarely see. Think about it. You very rarely see like it's like the running back has it or they don't, right? It's not like, oh, in year 4, all of a sudden this running back's good now. Like it's not really like that. Even like young running backs, like you play them and they're, hey, this guy's good. This guy's good, right? Like Terrell Davis, you played him. He's Terrell Davis. It's not like in year 4, Terrell Davis became a year back. I mean, I don't know. How do you guys feel like with the Giants? Like in the past, wasn't it kind of like they play and it's, whoa, this guy's good?
You know who was the exception? If I can just say this quickly, Kenny, Tiki Barber. Tiki Barber, the first couple of 2-3 years, really was only considered like a third down back. And then if you look at his career, all of a sudden, like year 4, and then right until the end, he had 4 or 5 great years in a row. But for some reason, they just didn't acclimate him into a more everyday back until he did. And then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah. Thank you, Ernie. Ernie's saying this podcast is awesome.
Thank you,
You're
Ernie.
awesome,
Oh,
Ernie.
thank you,
We
Ernie.
support all our shows. Michael's out there, all our shows, no matter what team we are talking about. This is the main show. We talk about every sport, every team. But, Paul and I have that Giants show. Of course, Kurt has Let's Talk Broncos. It's that time of the year, school, so he's not on every week, but I try and go on when he's not there. But summer's coming. You're going to see a lot more Kurt Valenti soon on Let's Talk Broncos, but that show's on every Wednesday night. Somebody's on there. I'm filling in for Kurt or Jen. But we also have the Giants show and other stuff. Well, and you guys are awesome. You support all of our shows, and we can't thank you enough for the support that you give us. You want to get some final thoughts in, guys?
Yeah, final thoughts. I'll just start with this one. Graham, thank you for all your backstage production. Carson, we miss you tonight. Hopefully everything's okay. And I'm fired up, man. Fired up for tomorrow. But as much as I'm fired up for tomorrow, Paul, Kenny, Nick fans, can you imagine what that Guardian's going to be doing on Saturday at 3:30? I mean, the real Garden. The real Garden. The real Garden. So I'm excited. Let's go. I mean, now tomorrow's house money. Tomorrow, guys, it's going to be tough. They're playing for they can't go down 0-2. They're playing for their season tomorrow. So it's going to be tough. We did what already we had to do, but hey, let's go get them again tomorrow. And then we bring them into our building. And then you know what? Let's keep going, baby. Let's keep going. Hey, this is what Leon built this team for. Let's go get it. Mr. Rosen.
Thanks, Kurt. Great show again, as usual. Thanks, Graham. Carson, buddy, I hope you're doing okay. We're so sorry to hear about that. Be well. Hope you're feeling better. Everybody in the audience tonight, great questions, great comments. Always a pleasure to hear back from everybody. And like Kurt said, tomorrow night, game 2. Let's see if we can make it 2 in a row and then come back to the Garden, and they'll see how fans really are. So, hey, but if not, we got to split, and then we'll still come back and take them 2 games in the Garden.
There's nothing like New York Knicks basketball. I'm sorry. I said it. Mr. Kirkpatrick. Hey, guys, Mr. Kirkpatrick and I were on the same page tonight, Paul. What do you think?
Yeah, really.
Look.
What do you think?
We've been good. Kurt, Paul and I are wearing the Knicks shirt. Where's yours?
I'm in orange.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, okay.
I actually changed. I was actually wearing green. Kenny, I was wearing green, and then I said, what the F am I doing? Let's go.
No, great show tonight, everybody. Carson, like everybody said, thoughts, prayers with you. We're here for you. We'll be in touch. Graham, awesome job backstage. Everybody in the audience I alluded to, and those I didn't mention, I didn't forget you. It's just a lot of names to list. good friend Glenn out there in Australia watching us. I seen Jody
Amazing.
and Trevor, the horsemen. Some of our other friends out there, Roy, Clayton, to name a few. Mark was in there earlier. If I forgot anybody, it's not done purposely. I apologize.
Manny,
But
Eddie
Manny,
Murphy.
but most importantly, we forgot we're on a Tuesday night. We're not on Wednesday like usual. This will be our only show before Mother's Day. So let's wish the mothers
Yes.
out there a happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
We put a
Yes.
little pink ticker there for the moms out there on the bottom. Happy Mother's Day on Sunday to all the moms out there. And we love you all. Thank you, everyone.